And when people come to see you, it is typically a very stressful time in their life. So what sets you and your practice apart during that time?
I think what sets us apart in our practice is that we sit down and try to figure out exactly what has brought you into the office. I want to make sure that you get educated for what the laws are and what might be occurring as a practical matter and as a legal matter over the coming days and weeks. The reason that's important is a good start really will help you finish well. And when people come into the office, it is stressful. They may have one or two things that they're extraordinarily focused about when there may be a dozen things that they need to be thinking about. And so we come up with a timeline, we come up with a plan of action for them, and we make sure that you have an idea of where you are today and where you're going to end up. And that's why I think it's important to come in early.
Yeah, and you take a very compassionate approach with these clients because you know that it is such a stressful time. Talk to me just about the care you use when meeting with these clients.
You're right, it is an emotional time. Invariably, anyone who's coming into our office is going to have something that's causing them a concern. You know, at the beginning part of it, they're getting divorced, they're separating, and they might be the person that does not want to separate. They might be in a very volatile situation where there's domestic violence. They might be in a circumstance where someone has cleaned out the bank accounts, or they're worried about their expenses, they're worried about their children. So in every case we handle, there's a large emotional component as well. So I think to reassure them, one, that it's going to be handled professionally, and two, that we know what we're doing and we've been down that road with other clients, is very important for me to get across to a client, even from our initial consultation.
Now, what is your philosophy regarding your cases?
Our philosophy is, let's see what the issues are in your case and let's figure out what's important to you. Okay, that's the first part. And by what's important to you, it may be housing issues, it may be financial issues, it may be something regarding the children. And what we want to do is come up with an idea of what you would like to see as a final result, and is that reasonable or not? Mm-hmm. Is that something that's achievable or not? And we are able to settle well over 90% of our cases that come into our office without ever going to court, without ever having to involve anything other than perhaps my client, myself, and maybe another attorney representing your spouse, and they settle. And the reason that they settle is we've sat down and identified what's important for your husband or wife, mm-hmm. and for you. And we've identified what really is going on and what really needs to happen for both of you.